So today on the wonderful, lovely Gamingmadirocks, and we're going to take a look at some things today. But one of the things that I want to mention is that as we're growing away from the um, this current generation, the PS4 and the Xbox and the Switch, okay, as we're kind of growing away from this generation that's slowly going out the door. Let's go back and say, let's go back a generation. Let's go back one. And let's take a look at my top 10 Xbox 360 games. Now, I'm going to tell you that I have PS4, I have Xbox, I have PlayStation, I have GameCube. I don't mind the systems. Every system in of its own isn't necessary. You shouldn't just play a system just to say, hey, I love the PS2 or I love the Sony. I hate Microsoft. You shouldn't, because if you are using a Sony console, but you're using Mac, okay, and you say you hate Microsoft, well, that's okay. But if you say I hate Microsoft's consoles, and well, let's say I hate Sony, I like Sony, but I hate Microsoft, but I'm using a Microsoft Windows PC, that's saying that you're contradicting yourself. If you say that you like Microsoft Xbox, guess what? That uses Windows. It just utilizes a cut down Windows, basically. Xbox 360 and Xbox One uses a cut down Windows version, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but we're gonna get into my top end of things. Now I don't. Now there is going to be a couple of three honorable mentions in here, and some of my greatest games. Now, the honorable mentions are going to be necessarily games that I think are great games, but I just haven't really, can't really put it on the list because of I haven't played the game enough to get into it. And so we're going to start with number 10 here. You guys probably have seen this earlier. I probably am saying you probably saw this a lot earlier, but I've gotten some new games since then to kind of put into perspective. We're going to start with. Oh, I didn't realize there was a black bar down here, but that's alright. We can just easily. I can just easily fix this. You just give me 2 seconds. Alright, here we go. Okay. So the first game here is number 10 is Brutal Legends. Now I've played this enough to kind of justify it being on this list. This is actually one of the best games. Due to copyright issues, I'm not going to show you guys any of the gameplay or anything like that. I'm not going to show any of you guys gameplay, but if you guys want to go check these out, you guys can do that. But there's the back of the game case. It is M, but it's not. It's not to the extent. If you love, in this game, if you love the metal music, this is the greatest game I've found to be a beautiful thing, because you're playing a lot of music solos. It even has one of my favorite actors, Jack Black, in that. Now, this next one, you guys are probably going to be like, well, I also haven't played the sequels to this franchise, but I have played the first one, and I've gotten most of the way finished. I just haven't. I'm stuck at a certain portion in the game, and I might have to look at it. But this is the Final Fantasy XIII franchise. As you guys can kind of see, there is most notably all three of them. I own all three of them. I love the game. It might be better on the play PS3, but I love. This is my favorite. One of my favorite franchises. Since I've played. If I go back and you guys look at my top 10 Final Fantasy games of all time, Final Fantasy XIII would actually be jumped up a little bit in that list, because I love that. I love a little bit of linear style games. And when Final Fantasy X and XIII came out, that was kind of when Final Fantasy X was out. I loved that. I played a little bit of it as a kid. Do remember a little bit of it now. I think it was most notably 10-2, but I might be wrong on that. I love my Final Fantasy. You know, it's one of the greatest, one of the best games out there in terms of games. Now, this next one is a fighter, and most notably, I have a couple of extra fighters on this list. The reason why I'm not showing a list on here, the reason why I'm not showing one is that there's a couple of them, and they're tied together, because I do like a couple of fighters, and they're sitting here at number, hold on, 8, and that is Soul Calibur and also Tekken, the franchise itself. Now, I've only played Soul Calibur 4 on the system. I own 2 and 3 and 4. I don't have any other. I own, out of Tekken, the reason why it's not here is because of Tekken Tag Tournament and Tekken 6. Now, Tekken 6, I actually do have that physical. I could have showed you that there, but those are some of the greatest those are my 2 favorite fighting games. I don't. If there is any good fighting games that you guys would recommend, let me know. That'd be great. Because sometimes, that kind of stuff. And it's very interesting to see a lot of different things. Now, you guys are going to be war torn. This list would probably be changed if some of the games that I have, some of the games I've played, but as of right now, this is just as of 2020, as of basically 2:21 a.m., 1:47 a.m. in the morning, or pretty close to that anyway. When I started it. This next one is a triple game collection, but only 2 of the games on here I actually do like, and the third one I'm not quite for sure if I like it or not. And that is the 2K's Essential 2K Essential Collection, but BioShock is not the one I like. It's Borderlands and XCOM. Now that is going to say that is going to sit. Borderlands is going to sit at number 7 here, and XCOM is going to sit here at number 6. The reason why I'm doing it this way like that is just because of things. But I like Borderlands because it's an open world shooter, and saying that an open world looter shooter, I guess, I like that kind of style. I probably would play Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3 if I ever do get those games. I do have a PS4, so I could probably get those and try them out. I do love myself Borderlands. Borderlands is like, a lot of what's on this list, I will tell you, most of it is fighting, RPGs, and first-person shooters, because, and there's the occasional, most of it, I'm saying most of it, but it's really interesting, XCOM, I like XCOM. XCOM is it's one of those tactical RPGs that, that has been one of the best tactical games I've played in a while. I think the last time I played a tactics style of game was, I think, Tactics Advanced A2. I played that one first, and that was, that was okay. It was Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, and Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is a great game. I love that. That is one of the best, tactical games, in my opinion, on the GameCube. But XCOM, I'd highly recommend that if you don't have these games, I'd highly find the 2K's Essential Collection and get that over. It saves you on a lot of space in your collection. I mean, if you want to get all the extra things that come with the game, I would then go get them individually. There might be one, like if you want to go get the Bioshock, I think there's like Bioshock 1 and 2 comes together, I think. I don't know if you ever want to get those, but hey. This next one is a single racing game. I think I only have 2 racing games on the system. 3 actually. But this one probably would stand out. I only have this is the only one now. Probably would if I had another one to another one in this franchise. I probably would put it here in place of this, maybe. But I'll show it to you here. That's Need for Speed Most Wanted. No, Need for Speed Most Wanted is a great open world. I love this. This is one of the greatest Need for Speed Most Wanted. I would say this one and Need for Speed The Run are my 2 favorite Need for Speed games that have been released since Carbon, I guess. And those are kind of, I haven't played Need for Speed The Heat. I haven't played anything after Most Wanted, I think, or The Run. I haven't really played any of those. Need for Speed. I haven't played Shift. I haven't played. I have played Undercover. But after Undercover, I really, after Carbon, basically, I really didn't enjoy as much of Need for Speed games. Anyway, but I'm just to let you know that the Need for Speed The Run, Need for Speed Undercover, if you buy the PS2 version, it does not have online capabilities as the Xbox 360 and the PC are only online only. So just be forewarned on that. And probably PC as well. You're probably going to play those online and not on couch co-op, which really does suck. This next one is, I really don't like a lot of EA stuff, to be honest with you. There is only a few, and to be honest with you, Mirror's Edge is another great game. This is sitting here, as you can see, we have Mirror's Edge. If you haven't played this, it's not what it's as it's touted to be, but for me, I never really paid attention to a lot of gaming until now, because I didn't really have the ounce or itch. I could have probably, if after this job, I could have probably gotten an Xbox 360 at the time, or could have, the PS3, the PS4 was coming out that fall that same year, and I probably could have waited. And I got myself the original Xbox at the time, which really stunk. But hey, now, so we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Now there is a couple more games on this list. Now these 2, I have played both of them. I own all but the first 2 games in the franchise, and that is Grand Theft Auto. Now, I wouldn't say that Grand Theft Auto. I will say that I've played Grand Theft Auto 3. I've played Vice. I've played San Andreas. I don't own I think I own San Andreas. I think I own that through the Rockstar's launcher. I might be wrong on that one. Don't quote me on it. And then I also played Grand Theft Auto I own Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5. I think I also own San Andreas now. I think I own that through Steam. I'm not quite for sure. Don't quote me on that. But I love Grand Theft Auto. The reason why it's not shown here is because most of all that has been digitally done for me. And Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice, and San An. I think Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice are on the console. But I love the fact that you know, um, I love that game. But there's also another game that I really am going to put in here with Grand Theft Auto. And if you guys haven't played this, I'd highly recommend that you go try out Saints Row. Saints Row the third, I think. I think Saints Row 4 or Saints Row the third. It's whichever one. I can't remember which one, but it's whenever where they. It's at the very beginning of the game where it's we're at the White House. At the start, you're the president of the United States, and you get captured by these aliens, and get sent into a simulation, and which it's a great game and all. But these next two, you guys are going to be touted. These two, I'm going to say, are first-person shooters. But we're only going to get to doing the honorable mentions before I do get to these two, because you guys probably already know what they are anyway. But these three honorable mentions, this one here, I'm only going to show you is Legendary. I don't have it marked as X360. I probably should get that marked under Xbox 360. It is, if you guys want to see, I'll let you guys see the actual disc, because that might show you what it looks like. I got this through GameStop, which really sucks though, but I guess. And then the other one is the other two. I haven't played enough of Legendary to kind of give it. The other thing is Darksiders and Mass Effect are the other two. You guys could probably say it, and possibly Assassin's Creed, but I'm really not for sure about it. Now, this one, it's gonna need no introduction, but this one, it's probably already recognized, but I'm gonna show you the whole entire Halo franchise is a great thing. I actually own every single Halo game that has been released up to the point of up to now. Basically, up to basically every Xbox 360 Halo and every the Xbox, basically I own every Halo except for 5, basically. Now you guys are gonna say, well, I don't have the original Halo. Well, I actually do have the original Halo. That was on the PC. So if you guys are wondering, I do have the original Halo on PC. I do enjoy the Halo franchise. Now, if I did go down and rated each one, I wouldn't rate it. I'd probably rate the Bungie games more than 343's, but that's just me. Probably out of all of it, Halo 2 would probably be number one. And I'm gonna say that now. The number one all-touted game has had games ranging from basically PS2, original Xbox, GameCube, all the way to modern day systems. It has been released on PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, PC, Wii. These titles in particular, have been released on PlayStation, Wii U, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3, PC, Xbox 360, PC, Wii U, and PS4 and Xbox and Xbox One. But a lot of you guys are going to be like, um, why didn't I show why didn't I show this game? Why didn't I show that game? Well, there's only one game that I particularly, there's actually only two games that I would particularly show here. Um, that I'm not going to show here because, frankly, one, I don't own that version, and for two, I own this version of the game. And that is the Call of Duty franchise, completely Xbox, everything. The only ones I'm not showing here are now I own two copies of the Modern Warfare 1, um, and then the Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2, Ghosts, and the Trilogy. But that's basic. If you're wondering, it's Modern Warfare Trilogy. Um, if you guys are wondering and interested, you guys want to see a lot more Call of Duty. You guys want to see the latest Call of Duty campaign. Please do hit subscribe on this channel. Because that's basically, and we'll start checking out those, the new Call of Duty stuff for Modern Warfare. But I'm not going to say, but the reason why I'm not showing Advanced Warfare is because I think Advanced Warfare isn't more or less, is kind of one of my least favorite Call of Duties. I'm going to say, I do like that one. I did play that one from time to time. I just really felt that my favorite out of the entire games out of the Xbox 360, my most favorite one I would actually have to say would be Black Ops 2. Because I like the DLC maps and stuff that they have on it. I've gotten a couple of those. Now, if I don't get to play them, that's fine. And also Ghosts, I have some of those too. But I really liked Black Ops more. But that's basically, Call of Duty. I really do say that Halo is a great game. Is a great franchise. I also love Call of Duty. Call of Duty was touted to be one of the best franchises since it was first created. I loved Halo when it first came out. I played Halo as a kid. I played it. I think that was my first time I ever played. No, it wasn't the first time I ever played an M-rated game, but it was the first time I ever touched Xbox. My dad had the Xbox, and I loved that. I liked Xbox. I think going through, I think I really do appreciate, that PlayStation. I really appreciate the Xbox. I really appreciate it because, I really appreciate video games. If video games weren't made today, we would probably, if we, if video games, well, put it this way, if I go back 200 years, I wouldn't know what I would do with my life. Because, frankly, having the technology, having all this, it'd probably be hard for me to adjust to life. Because I couldn't deal with not having the computer, not being able to create videos like this. And I really do appreciate that if you guys do enjoy this, do hit that like button. If you guys really want to see more videos, most notably if you guys do want to know my verdict on the latest Call of Duty Modern Warfare, please do hit that subscribe button because I will be uploading a video on my thoughts on Modern Warfare after a few months of release. Now, mind you, I didn't get it day one anyway. Didn't get the PS4. Didn't get the game day one in the first place because I didn't have the PS4 day one when Call of Duty Modern Warfare was released. But yes, if you guys do want to see more, just remember hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys later. Make sure. Oh, but before you do, when you hit that subscribe, make sure that you hit that bell notification. Because if you don't, you never know when I'm going to get notified of all my content. And we'll see you guys later.